She said me going to prison saved my life. Every block wanted to kill me. Ma'am, what? What was you doing, ho? LA's drug youth gangs. Let's get into it. Let's explore it. Alright, y'all, we back. We better. Yes, y'all see my pillow because my back be hurting on this damn chair. It is what it is. Okay. LA's drug youth gangs. Real stories. Let's get into it to the archive.
Youth gangs have existed in many American cities for generations. The members, usually drawn from a single ethnic group, give unswerving loyalty to the gang and defend its turf as a matter of honor. When gangs turn to violence and crime, they create formidable problems for the police. And when some start selling drugs, the law enforcement problems are even greater. Some law enforcement officials say that gangs are establishing satellite drug distribution systems in other cities, assassinating members of other drug-dealing gangs, and permeating neighborhoods with drug-selling bazaars.
I mean, yeah, that's their job.
Nowhere does the problem of youth
That's
gangs and drugs appear to be more pervasive than in Los Angeles. Their names dominate the graffiti all over Los Angeles. Crips, Bloods, Little Watts. They're the infamous LA gangs, known across the country for their violent criminal activity, drive-by shootings, drug dealing, and fierce turf rivalry.
And they think it's cute.
As you can see on these walls that we're walking by, they're at war with a number of gangs, and a lot of gangs don't like them. As you can see on the wall here, all the black writing is the local guys in this particular gang, and they're indicating who they're at war with. And there are two different gangs that came by and crossed their placards out to tell them that, hey, we don't like you either. One is a Blood gang and the other is a Crip gang.
Disputes between gangs are serious business. There were 554 gang-related killings in greater Los Angeles in 1989.
Dang.
I mean, for the people in New York,
Over a street?
you know what I'm saying? They got gangs out there. The gangs out there ain't nothing like the gangs in Los Angeles.
Clowns without a circus.
You know what I'm saying? We the gang capital of the world.
No, that's
you know,
right.
The gang capital of the world, the murder capital of the world.
That's not cool. That's not cool.
So you're not forced into joining no gang or nothing like that. You see them little group of kids over there right there? All them is buddies, all them is friends. They growing up with each other. They going through thick and thin.
It's not just like a gang, you know, we're just like a family. You know, we stick in our own neighborhood. You know, we grow up together, but to you guys, it's a gang. You know, to us, it's just a family.
It's family, y'all. One big family reunion.
What these gang members describe as close-knit friendships frequently lead to dangerous crimes.
What do you look nice? Huh?
We're talking about people who kill people. We're talking about people who rob people. We're talking about people who steal cars.
We talk about don't jump off the porch if you're not ready.
This is real criminality.
This is wild.
And again, we don't define gangs by way of college fraternities or sororities. These are criminal process groups.
25 years ago, there were about 25,000 gang members in all of Los Angeles. Today, there's close to 100,000 gang members.
The main difference that we're seeing today is that they're staying in gangs longer because of the drug involvement. Drugs being so lucrative that in the old days, people went through gangs as a phase, and if they were lucky, they came out the other end after doing a little time or maybe having a bullet in them, but they're still alive. Today, they're voluntarily staying in until they're older, in the 30s and such, because of the draw and the reliance on the income from drugs.
They be in it when they 50. What's wrong?
20 gangs that attend Roosevelt High School. 7 of them come from the Aliso housing projects. These gangs right here operate around Roosevelt High School, and these gangs right here are busted from other areas.
And my last question is...
Stephen Valdivia is the executive director of Community Youth Gang Services, an anti-gang program that targets neighborhoods and works directly with gang members and their families. Valdivia believes education and intervention is necessary before the...
Definitely. Look outside. Look what your kid's looking at. And then they ask, what's that mean, Dad? What's that mean, Mom? What do you say? Violence? Anger?
Look at gangs like a disease. It's preventable. If you inoculate young people in elementary school and you inoculate their parents and you give them a booster in elementary or in junior high school and you stay with them and at the same time you provide Just regular things that people need. A little pat on the back, a little love, and a little attention, and positive outlets, and a belief that the future is for them as well as others. People will do the right thing.
I hope so.
What is a decision? Can somebody tell me what a decision
Make
is?
a change, especially for your kids.
Choices? What kind of choices? We use our brain. We use our beliefs.
We want these kids to know that they don't have to join a gang. They don't have to take drugs, that there are other options and other choices in life. I think when you have a high self-esteem, you'll have respect for yourself and love for yourself. I think with all those, then you'll start making right decisions. And when you start making right decisions, possibly one of those decisions will be not to join a gang.
Okay, one couple deals before Al gets into it. They had a kind of a standoff this morning at Jordan Downs.
256 officers are assigned by the Los Angeles Police Department to deal with gangs. Sergeant J.J. May is supervisor of a crash unit, an acronym for Community Resources Against Street...
90% chance you dying or shot at, most definitely.
6 years. Yeah, they know me quite well. They know I don't fool around. I mean business out here.
Be a cop on a farm. Nothing but roads and trees and a few houses.
Key is early intervention. But they also believe that once someone gets involved in a criminal gang activity, a heavy hand is essential.
You hear me?
One of the things you do is you attack the gangs as a gang. You make it so it's very unpleasant for them to keep participating in the type of activity that they've gotten the satisfaction from. You create a situation where it's no longer satisfactory to engage in this kind of conduct.
So you down with these fellas, huh? You been throwing chingazo?
These are all
You down with the streets? That's you? That's your
we haven't seen recently, and we stopped to just fill out a little information card on them to find out who they were, what their street name is, where they're living at, and that just for our information. So prior contacts down the road, now we'll know who they are, who we're talking to. We just kind of like to keep tabs of who's new in the group.
Yeah, new faces are appearing. We have to know who they are.
Stop talking to them all the time.
The 3 years in the joint probably kept me alive, because at the time I had at least 6 or 7 neighborhoods wanting to kill me. So
you was deep in the streets, mama.
It was probably the best thing that ever happened. I was going to prison.
Former gang member
says she down with OPP. Hey, you know me.
The question is, how many others will be able successfully to break away from gang life?
We arrest people every day. We convict people every day. The jails are full. Kids are seeing other kids die out every day behind this gang thing. That doesn't deter them either. So I don't know what's going to stop it. We as policemen, we surely aren't going to be the ones to do it.
Like I say, anybody can ride up on a crowd of people standing on a corner. You got females and young males and females standing in that crowd who may or may not be gangsters, and all around them and down the street and up in the sidewalk areas and the parking lot, you got the little kids riding their bicycles and so on, and they come by with an AK-47 and spray this whole group.
And now the kids hit. Just horrible. Not having a brain at a grown age is crazy.
How do you think a 10-year-old can get by?
10-year-old? Well, a lot of it's family. A lot of them, they see their brothers involved in it. And if you got a family where some of the older brothers have been involved in gang activity and they've gone to jail and really there's no parental supervision there, what's going to happen to that 10-year-old? He's going to follow suit.
Exactly. And that's the only thing when we say you're born into
His
it.
brother's tracks.
You're not really born into it. You're just, it's your environment, your family. Run away.
Work at it, and it's going to be a combination of things. It's your school, your parks, your recreational departments, your families, the community support, your police. And, you know, once they do cross that line, and when they reach our level here and they go to jail, then they have to be dealt with at that level there, you know, severely as far as I'm concerned. Because perfectly honest with you, I'm tired of seeing these guys in and out of jail all the time. It just doesn't do us any good.
You know their name, you know their mama name, you know where they stay. Why you know everything about that person is crazy.
You know, what's good about our bureau is that we're trying everything. We're trying it from the community support, from the recreation department support with the basketball games, We work with ATF, the FBI, DEA. We work with everybody. We try to put some joint investigations together because we know how important and how successful it is to convict these guys federally and have them do some major mandatory time. So we're not opposed to seeking out different remedies and help from other sources. You know, we had a drive-by shooting. I'm going to roll over on it. You want to go get a closer shot? All right. Yeah.
Tell you what, why don't you close that door? That's my brother. We're going to find out where he's taking him and we'll take him.
At the end of the day, you should make a change. I get it, like I said, if you have to, like I said, not be born into it, but raised into it. And you think it's okay. Like I said, sometimes, again, when you get to a certain age, you just have to get away from family. Love them from a distance, especially if you want a different outcome in life. You want a different future. And we ain't just talking about gangs. We talk about the struggle too. We talk about not just seeing a future. You rather live off the government. You rather struggle than to come together, help each other, build, invest, see a better future. Not only for you, but for your family. You know what I mean? And sometimes, like I said, sometimes you gotta love your family from a distance and build your future up so you can have something and be somebody. Because who really wants a life of struggle, anger, revenge, and just throwing up signs and you don't know if you're gonna get shot. You don't know if your son, your daughter gonna get shot. And then at the end of the day, when they get shot, you're gonna feel bad, like, and then how you gonna go on with life? It's just so much when it comes to being in the streets. And most of the people, when you're in the streets, that's how you, most of the time, you die by the streets or prison, which again, that's the streets. I mean, you're literally locked in a cage. So, I mean, how cool are you at the end of the day? And then if you dead or in prison, how are you protecting your family? Like, it don't make sense. You're not doing it a slick way. You're just ignorant. You're just ignorant. You literally shot somebody and now you're in prison for the rest of your life. They caught you an hour later robbing banks. They caught you 2 days later. You didn't even get to spend none of that money. You rapping in songs, talk about how you killed somebody, and now they have you on charges with evidence in your song. It just, wrap it up. Make a change, be different. Like, honestly, and it's just sad, like, when it involves kids, because kids, again, you cannot pick your parents. You cannot pick your environment. But like I said, when you get to a certain age, you can get that third eye and you can see, this is not for me. She said me going to prison saved my life. Every block wanted to kill me. Ma'am, what? What was you doing, ho? Alright, y'all, let me know if y'all like these type of reactions. We're gonna get to more.